All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been away for a while, living my best life on vacation, enjoying my birthday, my mother's birthday. So I haven't done any videos, but I am now back. I had to do this video because I am a blush addict, in case you guys didn't know. So Nars has reformulated their trusted and most loved blushes. They have new components, so they are square, more than this kind of rounded square. So that is what we're going to talk about today. I got a couple of shades. I got Orgasm Rush, which is a new shade, and I got the new shade Infatuated as well. Let's show you. This is Orgasm Rush, which it looks totally different in the pictures than I thought it was going to look in person. It definitely has more of like a brown, bronze, red shade to it. That's the Orgasm Rush. That's a new color. This is another new shade. It's called Infatuated. It's a very similar color to this. One is shiny, one is matte. I wanted to try both formulas. The biggest difference in what they have changed, other than like the packaging itself, they're also still refillable, just so you guys know. They have the little hole back there so you can do the refill pans. But the biggest thing is they took out talc. So they're trying to make it a cleaner, better formula, but sometimes that doesn't always go as planned, right? I love their blushes. I own all types of different colors. I own a lot of colors now that unfortunately they're just not making anymore, but there are 16 new colors. If I can, I will insert a picture of the new colors now. And then I will talk about some of the colors that I loved that have left. So let's talk about those first. My favorite color ever, it's called Dominate. They do have a color called Dominate, but they changed the color totally. It's more of like a brighter pink. This is the dominant color I have. Obviously mine's very loved. Don't make fun of me. I've hit pan quite badly, but unfortunately they changed the formula and the color doesn't really exist anymore, but this is one of my personal favorites. It has that beautiful, it's hard to explain. It's almost like a purple red rose color or raspberry shade. Looks like this, so that's Dominate. I love that color. This is Torrid. They're still keeping that color. It's a beautiful peach. This is one of their more like matte shades. I do notice that I tend to buy their shimmer shades. I didn't really notice that until I was doing this video, that seems to be the formula from them that I like the most over the mattes. And then I got this one, which is Dolce Vita. Of course, I've been through many of these. Dolce Vita is one of my personal favorite colors. They do still have Dolce Vita, so I didn't buy a new one of those because they still have that. And that is that guy right there. One of my favorites. Again, it's kind of that pink raspberry color. I don't know why, I just really love that sort of a shade. Another shade that I love that unfortunately I don't think they're carrying anymore, but they still have a color called Amuse, but it doesn't look like this. It's lighter than this. This is a matte color too. It's really intense. Sometimes in the summer I like really fun, vibrant colors. So that is Amused. So that one doesn't exist anymore either. And then Blissful, which this hasn't existed for a while, but I really love it because it's a very interesting color. It's almost like this purple brown mauve shade, but it's got like the most beautiful, interesting kind of like blue green glitter shift. I love it. Not everyone's jam, but this one hasn't existed for a long time, but I do love that shade. And then one that is continuing in the new collection, which I'm so happy about because they're known for the color Orgasm, of course. Regular Orgasm does not show up on my face. It doesn't show up on a lot of people, but if you like that Barely There blush, maybe you'll enjoy that. I like a lot of blush, so that's not going to work. But they did come out with Orgasm X a couple years back, and this is the best color I've ever had. I've gone through several pans of this. I really love the shade. It's like the perfect peachy pink coral shade, and it just looks phenomenal in summer. So those are kind of the shades that I gravitate towards. So I'm a little upset because half of the shades that I own are no longer being made. So that's very disappointing, but there are some new shades that I'm willing to give a try. I am going to demo them on my face now at this time. I know I've been chatting for a minute, but I just wanted to kind of show you some of the colors that went away and some of the new colors, and just so we can kind of compare like colors and maybe even like formula, because taking out talc is great and I love that they're doing that, but it definitely can change the formula and the smoothness of a product and how it glides. So I'm gonna squeak in here. I got my bronzer and contour on like always. And so the two colors I got, I'm gonna start actually with the matte one first. It's called Infatuated. So that's this one. Again, these are $34 in case I forgot to mention that. It does come with your little mirror here, and these are refillable pans. You can pop them out, change them out, or put them in a Z palette if you want. So this is a very interesting color to me. I'm gonna swatch it. On initial swatch, it just feels like I have to put like a lot, like keep swatching it to make it really vibrant. As you can tell, it's kind of like a pink, brown, neutral, just kind of everyday shade. So I thought this would be good, but that was my first initial thought, is when I swatched it, I really had to like dig in there to get anything out, and I don't really like that. I'm gonna go in with my blush brush. I'm gonna kick some on and then kick it out, and then I'm gonna go in with like how I normally do. Do you guys see that that is like such a light wash? I don't know if you guys can tell, but do you see how it's a little patchy? Could just be my skin today. I will, you know, take responsibility for that, but it's still like when the powder's not gliding as nice as I'd want. I don't know if maybe I'm just so used to their shimmer shades and they just kind of hide any of that, the patchiness or what, or if it just the reflect looks a little better on my skin. I'm not sure. This is the color after 2 applications. I'm going to do a third one just so you guys can see it, so it's built up. It just isn't, I don't know. There's nothing special about this color for me. I'm a little bit let down. I don't really like the way it looks very patchy and textured. It's fine, but I mean like the blending, like I feel like it's blended, but when I look at it, it looks a little bit patchy. It could be my skin, it could just be the new formula, but I find it interesting. So that's disappointing at best. So that's that color. I'm going to do the other color on the other side, and then I'll put the other color on top because it is darker to kind of blend it out so I can have a more cohesive look. I have tested these and used these for a little bit before I did the review. I wanted to have my honest thoughts because I've always loved Nars blushes, but I just feel like maybe the matte ones aren't as good as they used to be, or maybe I just got a color I don't like, but I'm not crazy about it. I think if you're into like that very like neutral kind of matte pink brown, you'll like it. It just doesn't look that great on my complexion. Maybe I need to wait till I'm a little tanner for that to work out. This is another new color. This is the Orgasm Rush. It looks interesting in the pan. I'm not crazy about it when it's swatched either. This one does have a lot more pigment. So this is one time touching the swatch, so it's definitely more pigmented. Obviously, this is targeted towards someone with deeper skin tone, but you guys know I love a fun dark blush. But it just has kind of this like burnt bronze color to it, which I find interesting and not always like super flattering for everybody, but I'm gonna put it on this other side here. So this one's very pigmented. So this is, you know, just one swipe, and it's really beautiful. I actually think it looks different than this side. I don't know, they are similar colors. It is hard to tell because they both have kind of that brownie undertone. But do you see how this one doesn't have any patchiness? I don't know if it's translating on camera, but like I can see full patchiness right down the middle, as where this side it looks nice and glided and smooth. Also too, this is like a 1 coat, as where this was 3 to make it visible. because that's how I like to wear my blush. I like it to be visible. I don't think the colors are really that different. I think it's more of the sheen and how this glides. So for me, I would probably say pick up the shimmery ones if you like a blush with a little bit of a sheen. When I say shimmery, it just has a soft focus reflect and it just looks really pretty on the face, almost like a natural focus kind of look, as where the matte just looks a little bit stiff, in my opinion. The colors are super similar though, so if you are gonna get one or the other, I wouldn't waste my time buying both. I mean, they really are basically very similar, even though this is more pink, this is more brownish bronze, but on my face, they look very, very similar, unfortunately. I think the formula is great. I think anytime we're trying to do a clean formula, I'm always here for that. My biggest negative is I'm just disappointed they got rid of my favorite color, and then they kept the name but then got rid of the color, so that kind of annoys me. Also too, the names are getting kind of old, kind of funky, kind of dated. I mean, I think we're kind of tired of all of these dirty names, right? But it is what it is. Overall, I would go with the shimmer formula. I just think it looks prettier on the skin, bottom line. Also too, be aware that they made a lot of lighter tone shades now, so definitely go check them out in person and in store, because there was several new shades that I can't even wear. They're just too light on my skin tone. They were definitely meant for that lighter skin tone. They made a couple of deeper skin tone shades, which I love so much, just because, you know, medium to deep can wear those, but it's all preference on what and how you want to wear your blush. But that's my personal opinion. I definitely think go with the shimmer shades. I think maybe pass on the mattes. I'm not wild about it, and you do not need both these shades. They look almost identical on my face, as you can see. Very, very subtle difference. This is slightly pink, this is a little more brown, but you can hardly even tell, even on the camera. It's just the matte is a little more patchy, the shimmer is a little more smooth, and overall I think that this is a great launch. Hopefully they will come out with more colors. I know 16 colors seems like a lot, but I feel like they're missing a little bit of the old school colors that we all like and that are fun. But hopefully they will keep going with this, and I love that brands are moving towards clean, and that is excellent. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every Tuesday. In the description box will always be my Instagram for daily posts, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.